The Middle East is on the brink of war, with the United States, Israel, and Iran at the center. Years of tension over Iran's nuclear program have erupted into open conflict. Israel and Iran, bitter regional rivals, see each other as existential threats. The U.S., Israel's closest ally, has a long, troubled history with Iran, especially over nuclear ambitions. Now, the fragile balance has collapsed and the risk of a major war is higher than ever. The dispute centers on Iran's nuclear activities, claimed peaceful by Iran but seen as weapons development by its adversaries. Proxy conflicts and alliances across the region threaten to turn local skirmishes into a regional inferno. This crisis is the result of decades of mistrust, sanctions, and covert operations. With direct military exchanges and harsh rhetoric, the old safeguards are failing. As of June 18, 2025, the situation is volatile. President Trump is considering joining Israel's strikes on Iran. Such a move would escalate the conflict into a direct U.S. Iran confrontation. The stakes are global. Decisions made now could shape the Middle East for generations. The world waits, hoping for restraint as the region teeters on the edge. In the past week, Israel and Iran have moved from shadow warfare to direct military strikes. For the first time, daily attacks have shattered the region's fragile stability. Over 50 Israeli jets struck deep inside Iran, targeting military and nuclear sites near Tehran. Iran responded with missile barrages, but these caused little damage in Israel. The imbalance in military effectiveness has fueled calls in Iran for stronger retaliation. Each attack and counterattack pushes both sides closer to all-out war. The conflict is no longer hypothetical. It's happening now, with the risk of escalation growing by the day. The world watches anxiously, hoping for diplomacy to break the cycle. But the momentum toward war seems unstoppable. President Trump has taken center stage, threatening Iran with direct military action. He's considering U.S. strikes on Iran's underground nuclear sites, a massive escalation. On social media, Trump demanded unconditional surrender from Iran, leaving little room for negotiation. He's made clear he wants a decisive end, not a temporary truce. Trump's hardline stance is backed by his intelligence team and unwavering support for Israel. His administration has consistently endorsed Israeli military actions, including controversial operations in Gaza. By aligning so closely with Israel and rejecting diplomacy, Trump signals the U.S. is ready for war. The world is on edge as the prospect of direct U.S.-Iran conflict grows. The stakes have never been higher. Iran's Supreme Leader Khamenei has responded defiantly to Trump's threats, vowing not to surrender. He warns that U.S. intervention would be a grave mistake, preparing Iranians for possible conflict. This standoff is rooted in decades of mistrust, especially after the U.S. withdrew from the 2015 nuclear deal and reimposed sanctions. Failed diplomacy has deepened Iranian suspicion that the U.S. cannot be trusted. The U.S. demands Iran halt all uranium enrichment. Iran insists its program is peaceful and a sovereign right. With the collapse of past agreements, both sides have turned to military threats. The diplomatic path is blocked, and the crisis grows more dangerous. The world faces the consequences of years of broken trust. As rhetoric intensifies, military preparations accelerate. The U.S. is moving aircraft and forces closer to the region, signaling readiness for combat. Israel's airstrikes on Iranian facilities are part of a coordinated campaign to cripple Iran's capabilities. Experts warn the region is closer to major war than at any time in recent memory. A single miscalculation could trigger a catastrophic conflict, disrupting global oil and dragging in other nations. The best hope is outside intervention to de-escalate, but prospects are dim. The world waits, hoping leaders choose restraint over confrontation. The next move could determine the fate of the Middle East and beyond.